So today Katie and I are going to try, well, we're going to move this project forward a bit if the weather allows. I think what we're going to try to do today is get some of the hardware cloth wrapped around. So hardware cloth in the back, along the sides. I need to build a frame underneath where there's a gap, more hardware cloth, and then we're going to have to come up with some solution to have something along the edge so animals can't dig underneath. Haven't quite figured that out yet. I have an idea, but I'm not sure we're going to use that. So, not really sure what our going forward plan is yet. We're still just kind of getting started. Yeah, kind of where we're at right now. Anything to say there, Katie?
Nope.
It's about how it's going so far.
Whatever, the depth, length, whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, one row of
hardware cloth.
Yeah.
Right? All the way. Around to here.
Okay.
And then, so that was my initial thought. And then we have, how are we going to solve for the inside so the birds can't just go straight through, right? Because we are trying to keep different breeds separated.
Yeah, so when you wrapped like you just did, that means that this edge here is wrapped.
Yep.
So to keep the birds from going between the coops, one of these two edges, sides, have to be wrapped.
I'm just wondering, because I was thinking originally, because I don't know if we want it on the inside or the outside, but yeah.
Whatever's easiest and works, because if it's on the inside, it can just go straight down to here and go across, and we'll have to fill this little gap here. If you do on the inside, it'll go straight down to this right here.
You can choose which side you.
And you can choose which side you attach it to. Like
probably the inside, probably this one.
Yeah, like whatever is going to be easiest for you. Okay. And then with this, I'll just have to like zip tie or something it to together. I'll have to put some bracing for you in the back. How are we going to cover the entire of the back?
So the tarps that we got, they were to go, they should be big enough to cover at least this one first panel.
Okay.
And the back.
Okay.
So the hope is the tarp would cover, so no wind is getting through here. The hardware cloth is just an extra layer of,
so the tarp will go all the way to the bottom?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we think, because we weren't sure when we bought the tarps, if we were going 6 foot wide or 8 foot wide with these, with the actual hoops. So we think that one will only go to here, and there's going to be a gap. And so we would just want to make sure that the gaps weren't on the ends. Does that make sense? Yeah,
gaps in the center where the hardware cloth, well, either way, hardware cloth, but the gaps not on the ends, you are not fully covered for wind.
Correct, yeah, so it's okay if like this one doesn't go all the way down and this one doesn't go all the way down. There'll be hardware cloth to keep the birds from getting to each other. Yeah. And enough, you know, and that blockage should help.
Right.
So.
Yep. So I'm going to have to build a frame for you.
Okay.
So that way you can staple hardware cloth to the frame. Because you're going to staple it from down here, a little inchworm. You're going to staple it on here and then have another board up here to staple it on.
Yeah, we're going to have to do something anyway just for the support, because then we'll have to also think how are we doing our perches, and eventually how are we doing our nesting boxes for the ones that are going to live in here.
Right. Yep. So I think what we'll do is we'll find out the height
of the
hardware cloth.
It's pretty tall.
I'll build a frame for you to staple it on.
And then I can start going around. Okay. So it's 4 feet, 48 inches.
Okay, perfect.
So
I'm going to turn this off. That's fine.
And that means it's going to go
halfway into it. So you can just, yeah, that's fine.
And then this means 48, so right about, right there. So just right about right here, across. So that's giving them a...
It'll be 48 from the bottom of this, because you'll staple.
Oh, you're doing it from the bottom?
You'll staple from the bottom of that to the top of
oh, well then.
The other 2x4. Well,
I didn't measure that way for this.
Okay.
Right. So it'll go right to this one.
Perfect.
So it'll go, okay. All right.
Yeah, we'll start putting the frame together.
Okay.
And then I'll have to put a frame for the front to put hardware cloth down where there's a gap.
Yes.
And to be able to build a door and stuff. Get in there and hold it.
Yeah, I think that's better. Hang on, let's woo! Windy! Always the fun part with tarps.
So that can obviously come down more, but it gets pretty close to the here. Like there's 2 panels.
Yeah.
Or 2 stripes.
Yeah, this is better. This way is much better.
Yeah. And we'll have to come. And you want this to come all the way down to the...
Well, I was thinking it would come down. It doesn't have to, but I was thinking it probably should.
It would come down all the way?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good coverage.
Yeah. So if you want to come out here, I can show you.
Yeah, what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, I see what you're saying. Like.
Yeah, this can't.
Okay.
So, because it's already scratching it, and it'll just puncture it.
Right, so you wanted this to go flush all the way down.
Correct. So we could, so my thought was, and what I've seen when other folks do this, is they stay, everything gets built inside.
Okay.
Everything is framed inside of this.
Yeah.
And so that keeps the structure and the rigidity of it.
Okay.
So if this just literally was like that,
okay,
and then this just gets cut right along here.
Uh-huh.
So again, it's okay if it's a little outside of it, but that it doesn't really stick out of it that much. You could just slice it like here. And then all of this goes away, so then it allows the tarp to hug it all the way to the bottom.
Right.
And I think, because we don't need all of this out here.
No, we don't.
And then this board, we could then potentially use
as a piece.
As another piece down there.
And so would you do hardwood cloth first and then the tarp?
Yes.
Okay.
I would do hardwood cloth first, but I just wanted to see how the tarp would lay before we got too far into this build with this.
So this one already fits in here. That's fine. Does the other one
It can.
fit inside the...
I think we can stretch it just a smidge.
Let's take this off.
Okay.
There you go. You don't look
You might oh. Yeah, I mean, I got it too. There you go.
I just want to know what the distance is between
I don't know
them.
that they're level anymore.
You know what, it's fine. But now if I know the distance, then I can do the same thing over there. So these are the same height all the way across.
Yep.
Because we just stretched it and so it lowered.
It lowered it a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is okay.
And I don't like the way it looks.
Well, this side will be accessing from the outside.
I know. I'm aware.
Okay. Well, if you don't like it, we can cut.
I'm gonna move. I might move these in. Whatever. Okay.
So these just need to be cut.
Yeah.
So I think if you just mark with your marker here.
Does it need to be flush to this, or can I just go straight down?
It's up to you. I don't know that it matters, honestly. You could probably just chop it. It's just, I think just the edge is, that's the only thing you have to worry about is.
Yeah, either way there's gonna be an edge.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay. We'll take this off. I'll cut them at these markers.
Okay.
here, and then
we'll just make the other ones that just and then just use this as a template because they should all be about the same.
Right. Yep.
Oh, it's such a creepy feeling hearing that.
What, the branch?
The trees just move, and then
yeah, and then randomly things will fall off the tree, like those.
Oh, the
stakes will just fall, or I had 2x4s standing up here and they would just fall randomly, and you're like, what's that? What happened?
What just happened?
Like how you're holding my hand.
I'll hold your hand, baby. I love you.
Cool. Yeah, that's gonna be great. I don't either. Maybe that explains why I'm so skinny.
Tapeworm tells me what to do.
Katie always does funny things off camera, and I try to get her to recreate it, and it's not funny, or it's not authentic, or whatever. I should just never stop recording. Never stop recording. All right, this looks really good.
Thanks,
I like this.
Babe. I like this too.
All right, you want to do your cloth now?
I would like help with it, but yes. Yeah. The Dwight cloth. We're finally using it.
I know. Thank you, Dwight. Thank you for this hardware cloth. It's only been, you know, a year, but we found a good use for it.
So then you can go to that end, and I'll go to this end.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh, Winston! No, buddy. Recognize it, please. I knew if I set those down. That's why I wore this thing, so I wouldn't have to set stuff down.
Okay, I'm gonna unroll it while you pull it. Man, watch your fingers, jeez.
Yeah.
That just tears you apart.
Okay, we're past the edge.
Okay, good. Good.
It's not plugged in, baby.
Nailed it!
That was funny. You're really pushing hard, too.
Why isn't it working? I need to come in here with the hammer so this thing on.
Yeah. This is, so here's, I'm wondering if we have to cut it, because look at this.
Yeah, we're going to have to do some creative folding or something with it.
Yeah.
Like it'll have to just, like you'll get your spot straight here, and then we'll like fold this up or something like that. And so let's come up to the...
I couldn't get it up. That's what I was trying to say, is that there was no give. It was like when I tried to pull it up.
Yeah, it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah. It's too hard to do these zip ties with these gloves on.
Yeah, I'm going to hold this up for you, and then you can zip tie a few of them in there.
I'll just keep going.
Well, if you start up here, then I won't hold it for too long. jam. Pump up the jam, pump it up. Is there anything we need to get out of here before? Ow! Frick! Is it a zombie squirrel?
Maybe.
It's a zombie squirrel! People were making fun of us about zombies here, but they exist.
They actually really do.
They really do exist.
I know. Pretty funny. Okay. Is that so?
Try it out. Oh, that is so satisfying. Where's the clippers?
In my handy dandy planting / tool bag / egg grabber / snack holder.
What are you doing, silly boy? Hi, dear. You're such a silly boy. You're such a silly boy. Hi, dear. What were you doing? Oh, that's awesome. Well, what do you think? I think this is awesome.
I think we got a lot done.
Yeah. This is great.
Yeah.
It is so much faster with 2 people. Well, we got it all wrapped. The sides, the back, and that last side there, all wrapped in this hardware cloth. So now what we'll have to do is put something in between the panels, between the coops. Oh man, the bugs are coming out. But first, I think what we're going to do is try to start on the framing for down the bottom, and then also the framing for the door, and see if we can get one coop finished. But we have some storm clouds coming right over us. It feels amazing.
Yes, it
but
cooled off probably 15 degrees in the last 5 minutes.
But now the bugs are out, and it feels like it's going to rain.
It's going to rain.
Yeah, so covered everything with a tarp. So hopefully maybe it'll be a quick, we can just...
Get the tarp on it? Or what are we wanting to do, build the frame?
Yeah, if we could.
Okay.
Oh, I hear it.
Oh, here, I feel the rain. It started. Here it is.
Yep.
We didn't make it. Yep,
it's raining. Oh, it feels so good though. Since it is a little stormy outside, just a little bit, we thought we would take this time to thank Josh and Megan from Farm Where You Live for inviting us out to their Asheville event yesterday.
Yes.
That was awesome. Like, it was a really good event.
It was good.
I think I saw a news article where there's 1,500 people that showed up.
Yeah.
I don't know how many vendors they had, but there's quite a few booths.
Yeah, I'd say probably about 25, it seemed like.
And a good variety of things. Lots of really great classes. We saw the one from Joel Salatin.
Mm-hmm. Joel Salatin was talking about how to make your small farm profitable.
Yeah, so talking about first efficiencies to reduce your cost and then ways to bring in income. So if you guys ever have a chance to attend a Farm Where You Live festival or event, I highly encourage you guys to go. Highly encourage it.
Yeah, they try to make them really informative and give a variety. I think there was 4 different areas that were doing workshops all about the same time, so you really could select between, if you weren't interested in learning how to process a chicken, you could go learn about how to utilize water on your homestead, or how to make income on your homestead, or how to tie ropes. Mm-hmm. So there were so many different types of things happening at the same time. Or you could, walk around to the different vendors. There was a ton of local folks that had plants. There was turmeric, ginseng, lots of local starts. There was jams and honeys and sauces, all sorts of stuff. So
we ran into quite a few of our friends. So let's count it down.
Okay.
What?
So we ran into the Hollers from the Holler Homestead, Bree from Scratch. Those are the first that we ran into.
Yep.
And then we went and Jason from Sow the Land.
Yep. And then the whole crew from Perma Pastures Farm. So it was William and his wife Emily.
And then Billy
and his wife Michelle. Yep.
And
so
then
they were all there. That was cool.
And then we ran into an old friend.
Yeah.
Mr. Wayne.
Mr. Wayne. That was great to see him again.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we didn't run into Justin from Metcalf Mills, but he was there doing some stuff. Didn't know that he was there, which I'm super bummed we didn't run into him, but he was there.
And then we ran into folks, viewers that came up and said hello to us, which was great. We appreciate that. It's weird walking somewhere and somebody yelling, Kraemer!
Yeah.
Kraemer! And we're like, what?
It's like high school again. Yeah. And then some friends that we've recently met that are in our local area, they were there and their kids were there, and then they introduced us to some of their friends that are in the local area. So now there's kind of a community around us that we weren't aware of.
Right, the homesteaders.
Yeah, so we're really excited to get to know them even more. So overall, I think it was a really fun event, and really appreciate, again, Josh and Megan for creating the event, doing such a wonderful job, and letting this come out. Yeah.
Awesome.
So, all right, either back to the build or we will see you later. Not sure.